Good morning, Orlando. Thank you for joining me this morning. Stanley Black & Decker is an iconic brand, and I believe it's a 200-year-old brand. In today's changing world of customer preferences, what is your number one priority as the leader for the customer services area?
Yes, Stanley Black & Decker is almost 200 years old. And for over 200 years, we have been distinguished of selling the finest tools in the world. But today, world has changed. People are not just buying tools. They're not buying products. They are buying into a relationship with the companies that work with them. And that is my number one priority, making sure that just as we have been selling the best tools for almost 200 years, now we deliver the best experience for our customers.
Building a personalized customer experience really starts with knowing your customers. In Stanley Black & Decker, how do you go about know your customer strategy for you all?
For us, it's all about data, getting to understand who's this end user. It's about value, making sure that we are driving value on every engagement you have with us. And quite honestly, building trust, right? Because what is a brand but a graphical representation of trust? And that is for us because it's durable goods. I imagine it must be different in your industry, no? It's a more intimate relationship. How would you describe it?
Companies are actually looking across the value chain to really understand the customer preferences, customer expectations, and identifying the value mines so that that mine can be used or leveraged to deliver the personalized experience. Now, in doing this, data and analytics, as you rightly said, plays a very, very important role. For many companies, this is a huge challenge, largely because the customers are today interfacing with the brand across multiple channels, and the data is sitting in a siloed fashion. How do you bring the data in an unified way? How do you leverage that to generate meaningful insights is the big challenge that most companies have, and this is exactly where EXL comes in. Because of our data and analytics practice, we are able to help our customers to bring the data together, have clean set of data, build an intelligence layer on top of this data, and generate meaningful and real-time insights that can be used during the customer interaction, during the moments that really matter to the customer. Orlando, we've been working together in the customer experience area, especially in the AI and the conversational AI area. How has that been, and what have been some of your value that you have seen?
What I have seen and what I appreciate the most is that when you are working in edge technologies and you're working in an area where, let's face it, AI, it's quite new to be so massively adopted. The use cases that we're working are very edge. You are prone to make a lot of mistakes. So you need to partner with somebody that would really work side by side with you, and whenever we make mistakes, go back, fix them. A partnership that builds trust, that delivers on the good things and immediately turns around into the bad things and takes ownership on the things that are going. And that level of personalization, of work ethic and honesty, it's what I have valued the most in our partnership. So I really appreciate that from them.
Thank you, Orlando. What are some of the tips that you may want to share with the people who are just starting on this customer digital transformation journey?
The first thing I would say is that it's a journey. Digital transformation journey. Like I would always highlight and put in bold journey, because at the speed that the world is transforming, you would never reach an end point. You need to understand that you're embarking in a journey in which you're going to do the best you can today, and then next year you're going to realize that there's much better than you can do on the same issue, and you need to be open to that.
Yeah.
So you need to be comfortable with change. Embracing the future with all the uncertainty that it brings and all the mistakes that you are going to make. And understand that mistakes are fine. It's part of the journey. It's really gauging how hard you're pushing it. But learn from your mistakes. Make them one, seeing what happened, and try again. And that is, for me, the secret and the biggest tip that I can give anybody on a digital transformation journey.
We need to start with understanding the customer first. All the technology and data comes after that. The first and foremost thing that you need to know is the needs of your customer. Second, make data as your friend. I mean, many companies have the data phobia. They don't want to leverage the data, but there is so much value you can derive from the data if you make data as your friend and leverage it to identify the insights so that you can deliver the personalized experience to the customer. Now, Orlando, generative AI has burst into the boardroom. How are you guys thinking about leveraging generative AI in the customer experience area?
We are definitely exploring conversational AI and how can generative AI improve not only the experience of the end user, but also in the back end, the design of the conversational flows and bring some efficiencies there. But one of the areas probably that I'm the most excited is how is that going to affect our knowledge transfer? How is Gen AI going to translate what we have in thousands of printed or PDF manuals that are somewhere into putting that information in the tip of our agents, right, as they are engaging with people? How can Gen AI look into the millions of conversations and interactions we have every year and drive from there more knowledge so that we can have more knowledgeable agents? I think that that's going to be really impactful because it's going to reduce our average transaction time. It's going to increase transactions per hour for our agents. And if we can bring 20% efficiency just in better managing our calls, and then that knowledge we can transfer into our conversational AI engine, it's going to be very powerful.
Excellent. I think that's exactly what we see as well among our other customers. They are using generative AI to actually enable the humans to deliver that experience that is expected of them and also make the conversation far more richer.
Yeah, that's great. And one thing I haven't seen, and I have to admit, I get 5 to 10 LinkedIn messages with different things every week about how Gen AI will replace customer support agents. I can tell you, I don't see that anywhere close in the future. I think that Gen AI will be a powerful tool, but not an end meet or an end goal. I think that we're going to have much better customer support agents powered by AI sooner than the AI replacing them.
Absolutely. I mean, in the end, customer experience is more emotional, and that emotional touch can only be handled by another human being.
Yeah, absolutely.
Orlando, thank you very much for your time. Really appreciate you spending time with me.
Kenny, it's been a pleasure. As I always say, I really appreciate and I'm very grateful of the partnership that we have. And I look forward to continue working with you and the team defining what AI will be for the company in the tool industry, and how can we leverage these new technologies to continue building trust with our end users. So thank you so much again for having me here and all the effort you guys put working with us.
Thank you, Orlando.